Hello, and we are going to discuss the specific heat. As the name suggests, specific. What is this? Suppose we have a solid and you are giving it heat. Where is this heat energy going? This is increasing the energy of the particles of the system. This is our system. Energy of particles of the system is increasing. As a result, their vibrations about their mean positions, they are also increasing. So its temperature is increasing if the heat is not going out of this. So its mass suppose is m, and the temperature changes from T1 to T2. T1 was the initial temperature of this, and it becomes T2. The temperature increases. So Q is proportional to the mass and proportional to change in temperature, as T2 is greater than T1 if it is getting the heat. So I can write Q is equal to MS T2 minus T1. S is called specific heat. This is a specific heat. So S is written as Q by M delta T. The unit is joule per kilogram per Kelvin, or calories per kilogram per Kelvin or per degree Celsius. So if M is equal to 1 kilogram, delta T is 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. Generally it is taken from 13 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius increase. Then S is equal to Q. So we can define this specific heat as heat required to be given to a body, solid or a liquid, or to be taken out from it in case its temperature has to be changed by 1 degree Celsius. This is the temperature change range if its mass is 1 kilogram. If you give heat, temperature will increase. If you take heat out of this, the temperature will decrease. This is the specific heat in case of the solids. The gases have different specific heats at constant temperature and constant volume. They are called Cp and Cv, specific heat at constant temperature and specific heat at constant volume. Why? The reason here is this is P equal to constant, V equal to constant. The reason behind this is that the behavior of gases is different. If the pressure changes, volume will also be affected. Whereas the solids and liquids, they are practically incompressible. Solids cannot be compressed, and the liquids, we assume practically them to be incompressible. The compressibility is very small. So as a result, there is no change of pressure or volume change on solids and liquids, so their specific heat remains constant, whereas for the gases, the specific heat is different for constant pressure and constant volume. This is how we define the specific heat. Now there is a term called molar specific heat. As we know that mole is mass upon molar mass of a substance. This is mass, molar mass. Like for example, oxygen is having, O2 is having a molar mass 32, nitrogen 28, and so on. So if I have 1 kilogram of oxygen, so number of moles of this is 1 divided by 32. So this is in kilogram, convert this into gram. The unit of this is gram divided by gram per mole. 1000 by 32 moles, this will be the number of moles of oxygen. Molar specific heat is defined as the specific heat, if I write here number of moles, mu S delta T. Then S here is called molar specific heat. So this is how we define the specific heat. Now there is another interesting thing about the specific heat. Suppose I have isothermal process. For this, temperature is constant, so delta T is 0. So for this process, Q is ms delta T. This gives S is Q by m delta T tending towards infinity. Means it can take infinite amount of heat during the process while the temperature does not change, and this you experience during the process of phase change like boiling, condensation, etc. If we have two fluids, one is flowing like this, or if you have two concentric pipes, one pipe and around this there is another pipe, जैसे कूलिंग के लिए हम यूज़ करते हैं फॉर एग्जांपल, and there is hot fluid flowing through this and the cold fluid is flowing around this, so there will be a heat exchange, and in this case we can see that the specific heat will be infinite if it is occurring at constant temperature. So this is how we defined the specific heat during isothermal process. During adiabatic process, and there is one more simple example of this if you want to avoid this. When we boil water, we are boiling this by heating it. So during the boiling region, when the phase change begins to the point when, that means the point from which the boiling starts, that is water is starting to get converted into this vapor, steam, to the point when whole of the water is converted into steam, the temperature remains constant. If pressure is atmospheric pressure, then this will occur at 100 degrees Celsius, so 273 Kelvin. So the specific heat during this entire period will be infinite. Now second is the adiabatic process. So what happens during adiabatic process? Heat exchange is 0. So S in this case will be 0. The specific heat will be 0. So you can see that the specific heat is process specific, means depends upon the process and varies between 0 to infinity for different types of processes. It can be infinity, it can be 0 also. This is how we define the specific heat of the system. As far as the gases are concerned, there are two specific heats for constant pressure, constant volume, and their ratio is called adiabatic exponent, gamma, for a gas. This adiabatic exponent is different for different gases like monatomic, diatomic, triatomic and polyatomic, which will be discussed later on. So this is about the specific heat of the gases, and we will be discussing also in the coming time the relation between Cp and Cv. You know Mayer's relation, Cp minus Cv equal to R. Cp is greater than Cv. How this is greater than, this we will be discussing later on.